Listen, I believe in the power of intention. I believe in the power of your mind and the willpower. Basically, this entire time, I've kind of said this is what I'd like to do rehab wise. Got some incredible people to work with, not just the Jets, but Heather here is amazing to work with. Neil, my doctor, Neil Alatrosh, did a kind of a newer, innovative surgery, and I'd asked him if we could push it beyond the normal protocols. Cam Akers had the same surgery. He was able to come back in about 5 months. Me and JK both had the surgery within a couple of days of each other, and it'll be interesting to see what both of our prognosis is and our timetable. But I just wanted to do things quicker, smart, but quicker. And like I've said, the most important thing is you just don't want to stress the Achilles. Stress, okay. Stretch, not okay. So it's just about being smart with the rehab and pushing it as much as I can, and then backing off on the days that it doesn't feel great.
So, what does it feel like whenever you're throwing there? Is it just tight? And what can you do? What can't you do right now?
Yeah, I felt great. I really felt great. I had just a little bit of a limp. I'm just not quite walking perfectly normal, but throwing feels great. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of different stuff here in the rehab gym around weight transfer and movement, just in a smaller area. Mostly just like transferring weight from a right foot to a left foot to a right foot. Left foot, that's where the surgery is, so that's the plant leg. Probably better in the short and the long term that it's not the push off foot, the back of the drop. Obviously, the left foot's an important part of the punch step and the drop, and obviously it's the plant foot. But I think it's a little easier than maybe if it was the back foot and pushing off it every single time. So standing and throwing is not a problem. Moving in a small little area was not a problem, and I was excited to get back out there. And again, it just felt a little bit more normal in a time that hasn't anything has been the abnormal. Anything I've tried to do. So nice to be able to be back out there.
Yeah, it felt like normal for you. For everybody else, it's defying medicine and logic and everything that's taking place. Because now the conversation is okay, so they have a bye week this week. Obviously, he's back in 2 weeks. But legitimately, let's kind of shape this out. If he was to come back a month sooner than Akers was able to, it'd be like December or January, which isn't, until a long time, but football is going to really matter there. Then the conversation goes to, well, he'll come back whenever he can defend himself because you can't just be sitting back there and not be able to move. To defend yourself or protect yourself against guys that are coming, you're going to have a little bit of explosion, right? That's the big step. That'll be the big phase of when you could potentially get back on a football field. That's what we're waiting for almost.
Look, I think we're kind of way ahead, Pat, in just even saying that. There's just markers. You saw me walk without crutches and throw on the field. Like that's another marker is going to be jogging, and then another marker is going to be going through a pregame workout probably, and getting on the practice field. And all these are going to take time. It's not just going to be boom, 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 boom. There's critical markers that I have to hit as far as single leg strength and being able to do heel raises and being able to do explosive movements. And these are all progressions that take time. So this is obviously we're ahead of schedule. There's a lot of factors to that. There's the way I've attacked the rehab. There's obviously the surgery that Dr. Elitrosh did. There's the rehab that I've done and kind of the round-the-clock approach that I've had. There's implementing the diet that I've been doing as well. And then just the power of the mind and the power of the manifestation of the desires. All those things together still doesn't get you back on the field. You have to hit a bunch of different things and be feeling a certain way. But that's the goal. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to put a timetable on it specifically. That makes absolutely no sense. Anybody that doesn't realize that there's a lot of things that have to happen to get to that point. But it's going to have to be jogging and then explosive movements and then practicing and then everybody's signing off on it. And hopefully we get to have those conversations.